1 week, we've seen several discussions, debates over Sanatana Dharma and what it refers to, because the DMK's constant defense was that they're referring only to casteism. That's all that they're attacking. But now, DMK MP A Raja has landed the entire party in a soup because he's directly targeted Hinduism. He hasn't said Sanatana Dharma. He said Hinduism is a menace right now for the country and for humanity, and thereby crumbles the DMK's defense. They no longer can hide behind the Sanatana Dharma excuse, which means MK Stalin now will have to clarify his pressures building on the India alliance.
Hindu religion is a biggest menace, not only to India, now it is a menace to the entire world.
DMK's A Raja openly spewing venom against Hinduism, calling it a menace for not just India, but for the world, crossing the line again.
India is the reason for the global disease in the name of caste, dividing the people on the caste line, dividing the people on the economic line by using the caste. Caste cannot be used only for social evil. It depends upon the economic evil also. Those who are living Indians in other countries also propagating caste in the name of Hindu religion. So Hindu religion is a biggest menace, not only to India, now it is a menace to the entire world.
The fresh hate attack on Hinduism comes after a series of abuses from the India bloc constituent, where the DMK, a Congress ally, has gone ahead comparing Sanatan Dharma to AIDS, leprosy, dengue and malaria.
சிலவற்றை நாம் ஒழிக்கத்தான் வேண்டும், எதிர்க்க முடியாது. கொசு, டெங்கு காய்ச்சல், மலேரியா, கொரோனா இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம எதிர்க்க கூடாது, ஒழித்து கட்ட வேண்டும்.
மலேரியாவுக்கும் டெங்குக்கும் சோசியல் ஸ்டிக்மா இல்ல, அது ஒரு அருவருப்பா சமூகம் பார்க்காது. எங்களை பொறுத்தவரை HIV தொழுநோயை போல HIV போல சமூக அவலம் நிறைந்த ஒரு நோயாகத்தான் நம்ம பார்க்கிறோம்.
On Monday, Tamil Nadu Minister and DMK's Ponmudi asserted that the opposition India alliance was forged to fight the Sanatan Dharma.
இந்த சமூக சிந்தனையோடு இந்த இயக்கத்தை உருவாக்க வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் இன்று 26 கட்சிகள் உருவாகி இருக்கிற இந்த இந்தியா கூட்டணியினுடைய நோக்கம். அவை வந்திருக்கிற நீங்கள் எல்லாம் நாம் என்னதான் சமூகத்திலே நாம் எவ்வளவு செஞ்சாலும் அரசியல்ல நாம வெற்றி பெற்று அங்க உட்கார்ந்தாதான் இதெல்லாம் செய்ய முடியும்.
The unrelenting hate attacks by DMK has sparked a furious response from the BJP, which called it a Sonia and Rahul-backed Hindu abuse plot for vote bank.
ये लोग एवरी रिलीजन की बात करके लिपापोती करते हैं. मैं कांग्रेस पार्टी से पूछता हूं और इस गठबंधन से पूछता हूं, क्या किसी और आस्था के देवों का आलोचना करने का इनका अधिकार है? इनकी हिम्मत है? कर पाएंगे क्या ये?
India alliance, as per his words, has been formed only to destroy or eliminate Sanatan Dharma and save or protect minorities. All are planning to have a big attack on the Sanatan Dharma.
The Congress, which has failed to rein in its ally DMK's anti-Hindu rant, targeted the BJP instead, accusing it of a divisive plot.
I've read the Gita, I've read number of the Upanishads, I've read many Hindu books. There's nothing Hindu about what the BJP does. They want dominance of a few people, and that is what they're about. There is nothing Hindu about them.
ये मुद्दे को सामने रखते हुए हमारे देश में उत्तर और दक्षिण के बीच कोई दरार न पैदा किया जाए, प्रधानमंत्री आपको यह देखना पड़ेगा. लगता है मुझे कि बीजेपी पार्टी की किस हिस्सों में यह दरार पैदा करने की मंशा है.
Several Hindu groups upset with DMK's anti-Hindu rant pasted Stalin and son Udayanidi's images on the floor of the temple and stepped on it. Will the abuses against Hinduism backfire on the India alliance? Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's get you breaking news that's coming in. The constant pressure on Udaynidhi Stalin to apologize, to withdraw his remark continues. It's not just from his allies. The BJP is now taking this fight forward. The Tamil Nadu BJP has sent across a delegation to meet with the DGP, and they've demanded action, demanded an FIR against Udaynidhi Stalin. The BJP is questioning why no FIR has been registered when several complaints have been filed against Udaynidhi Stalin. And that's why they're alleging that this is a serious case of contempt of court if an FIR isn't filed based on these complaints. It is with this plea that they went to the Tamil Nadu DGP saying, take our complaints seriously, go ahead and file that FIR. Let's play out some reactions on that.
சனாதன எதிர்ப்பு மாநாடு என்று போடாமல் சனாதன ஒழிப்பு மாநாடு என்றும் நீங்கள் இதை போட்டிருக்கிறீர்கள், இதை அழைத்திருக்கிறீர்கள், இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு பெயரிட்டீர்கள். அதற்கு என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள். சிலவற்றை நாம் ஒழிக்கத்தான் வேண்டும், எதிர்க்க முடியாது. கொசு, டெங்கு காய்ச்சல், மலேரியா, கொரோனா இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம எதிர்க்கக்கூடாது, ஒழித்து கட்ட வேண்டும். அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம். சனாதனம் என்பதை எதிர்ப்பதை விட ஒழிப்பதே நாம் செய்ய வேண்டிய முதல் காரியமாகும்.
ஆனால் எனக்கு என்ன விந்தையாக இருக்கிறது என்றால், உதயநிதி ஸ்டாலின் அவர்கள் மென்மையாகத்தான் சொன்னார், மலேரியா போல டெங்கு போல ஒழிக்க வேண்டும் என்று. மலேரியாவுக்கும் டெங்குக்கும் சோசியல் ஸ்டிக்மா இல்ல, அது ஒரு அருவருப்பா சமூகம் பார்க்காது. அருவருவாக பார்க்கிற ஒரு சனாதனத்தை சொல்லணும்னா முறைப்படி ஒரு காலத்துல தொழுநோய் இருந்தது, இப்ப HIV இருந்தது. எங்களை பொறுத்தவரை HIV தொழுநோயை போல HIV போல சமூக அவலம் நிறைந்த ஒரு நோயாகத்தான் நம்ம பார்க்கிறோம். ஒன்று,
பத்திரிகைகளின் மூலமாக, ஊடகங்களின் மூலமாக நம்முடைய இந்த சனாதன எதிர்ப்பு கொள்கையை இந்தியா என்ற இங்கே எல்லாம் நண்பர்களும் சொல்லிவிட்டார்கள். இந்த இந்தியா என்பது ஒரு சனாதன கொள்கைக்கு எதிர்ப்பாக உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிற கூட்டணி தான் இந்தியா. எங்களுக்குள் கருத்து வேறுபாடுகள் இருக்கலாம், ஆனால் இந்த சனாதனத்தை எதிர்க்க வேண்டும் என்பதிலே யாருக்கும் எந்த வேறுபட்ட கருத்தும் இல்லை. இதில் இருப்பவர்கள் எல்லாம் சமத்துவத்தை உருவாக்க வேண்டும், மத சிறுபான்மை சமுதாயத்தை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும், ஆண் பெண் சமத்துவத்தை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும், இந்த சமூக சிந்தனையோடு இந்த இயக்கத்தை உருவாக்க வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் இன்று 26 கட்சிகள் உருவாகி இருக்கிற இந்த இந்தியா கூட்டணியினுடைய நோக்கம். அவை வந்திருக்கிற நீங்கள் எல்லாம், நாம் என்னதான் சமூகத்திலே நாம் எவ்வளவு செஞ்சாலும் அரசியல்ல நாம வெற்றி பெற்று அங்க உட்கார்ந்தாதான் இதெல்லாம் செய்ய முடியும்.
Okay, so those were all comments that were made about Sanatana Dharma, and that's been followed now by A. Raja making a comment on Hinduism as well. Interestingly, in each of these cases, particularly in the case of Udaynidhi Stalin, complaints have been filed, no action has been taken just yet, no FIR has been registered. Let me bring in Pramod Madhav and Shilpa Nair on this broadcast, both of whom have been tracking the story very, very closely. Shilpa, to you first, can you get us more on that latest update that's come in of BJP leaders now approaching the Tamil Nadu DGP? Has there been a reaction from the police? Why has there been a delay in really registering that FIR against Udaynidhi Stalin when in the last 1 week, at least a handful of complaints have been sent across against Udaynidhi?
Well, yes, Akshita, and that's precisely been the BJP's complaint that across several police stations in Tamil Nadu, complaints have been filed against Udaynidhi Stalin for what BJP calls was his hate speech. Remember, Udaynidhi Stalin in that conference had said that Sanatana Dharma should be eradicated. So based on those remarks, the BJP had filed multiple complaints across police stations in Tamil Nadu, yet no FIR has been registered against Udaynidhi Stalin till now. That is the reason why a BJP delegation comprising Karun Agarajan, Paul Kanagaraj and several other leaders went to the DGP office today. They met the ADGP here and handed over a memorandum telling them that there is a Supreme Court order which says state governments and police should take suo complaint if there are instances of hate speech, and if they fail to do so, then it would amount to contempt of court. That is something that the BJP has pointed out in their memorandum that was submitted today. And the police, according to the BJP, responded to this allegation, saying that they have forwarded all these complaints to take some legal opinion. Based on the legal opinion, they would proceed further. That is something that the police allegedly told the BJP delegation which met the ADGP today.
Right.
So clearly the BJP at this point in time, politically and legally, they're upping their ante and trying to mount pressure on the DMK. And day after day, what we're seeing is DMK remains defiant, and moreover,
Let's take that forward with Pramod as well. As Shilpa's pointed out, no FIR in Tamil Nadu. In other states where complaints have been filed, FIRs have been registered against Udaynidhi. But in Tamil Nadu, nothing has been done so far by the police machinery despite multiple complaints. But Pramod, with this latest comment that's come in from A. Raja, where he's directly targeting Hinduism. Look, till now, the DMK's defense has been that we're targeting casteism. That Sanatana Dharma is referring only to discrimination, to casteism, and not to Hinduism. We have no problem with the religion. We are not anti-Hindu. But then you have this kind of a comment coming from A. Raja, where very clearly he said Hinduism, not Sanatana Dharma. So will there finally be a clarification or climb down by DMK, or are they going to remain completely silent on this?
Akshita, so far the clarification has been only given by the Chief Minister and Udaynidhi Stalin on his remarks regarding Sanatan Dharma and why it should be eradicated the way Udaynidhi Stalin claimed. Because the Chief Minister also wrote to the Prime Minister saying that Udaynidhi Stalin's words were twisted. But this, what we are mentioning about, A. Raja's team has informed that this is about a kind of video conferencing which he had regarding a bill that was passed in Seattle regarding anti-caste system. And what happened is that he is talking directly about Hinduism, claiming that it is a root cause for various issues because it is classifying humans based on caste, birth, and economy. And this is what A. Raja said over there. So far, there has been no reaction on this from DMK. However, this is not the first time Raja has spoken against Manusmriti or Sanatan Dharma or Hinduism, because exactly the same month, September last year, he said that if you are a Hindu, you are a Shudra. So this was also a comment he made 1 year back.
Yeah.
So even for that, there is no explanation from the DMK so far. So there are least chances that unless Raja wants to provide an explanation, we cannot hope that DMK would give any sort of explanation on this, Akshita.
The reality is that A. Raja is a bit of a motor mouth really for the DMK, and he's really put the party in a spot right now by not targeting Sanatana Dharma anymore, but directly targeting Hinduism. And this is at a time when already there's outrage across the country. Pramod, Shilpa, thanks very much for joining us. All of these comments by the DMK, does it harm them directly? Not really, because you won't see much of an impact of it in Tamil Nadu. The problem, however, is that they're facing a lot of political pressure from their allies, from the India alliance, because this has become a huge talking point in the north. There's a lot of outrage over what Udaynidhi has said, over what A. Raja has said about Sanatana Dharma. How has the India alliance reacted so far? Let's take you through some of the reactions, and most of them, by the way, have condemned what Udaynidhi has said without naming him.
I completely endorse his speech. We are a deeply religious people. Most people are temple going. I myself am very ritualistic. I visit temples every week. There is no concept of Sanatana Dharma in our daily religious practices. Sanatana Dharma only means a caste hierarchical society, and Mr. Udaynidhi Stalin only called for the elimination of that caste hierarchical society. It is like calling for the end of racism. Just because you call the end of racism, it does not mean you're calling for the killing of all racists or something like that.
Any religion that does not promote equality, any religion that does not ensure that you have the dignity of being a human being is not a religion, according to me. Any religion which does not give you equal rights, does not treat you like humans, is not a religion. So it's as good as a disease.
I feel that they have to respect every religion. Instead of saying condemn, my humble request to everybody that we should not comment anything which may hurt the major section or the small section of the people. We have to remember unity and diversity.
मैं भी सनातन धर्म से हूँ, ये भी सनातन धर्म से, आप में से भी कई लोग सनातन धर्म के होंगे। मुझे लगता है हमें एक दूसरे के धर्म की इज्जत करनी चाहिए। एक दूसरे के धर्म के खिलाफ बोलना अच्छी बात नहीं है, गलत बात है।
देश में लगभग 90 करोड़ हिंदू रहते हैं, देश के बाहर भी रहते हैं, पूरे विश्व में रहते हैं। महाराज साहब की कोई व्यक्तिगत राय हो सकती है, उनके राज्य में द्रविड़ संस्कृति की बात हो सकती है, जो कि धर्मों को नहीं मानते, वो उनकी राय है। लेकिन इस देश में हिंदू है, मुसलमान है, पारसी है, जैन है, सभी लोग रहते हैं, लिंगायत है, सभी की भावना है, सभी के धर्म है, सभी की आस्था है.
So that's how the India alliance has reacted so far. Most of them have condemned it, and yet nothing has been said by the DMK in this regard, or for that matter, they haven't backtracked on it. The first thing you can look forward to is an introduction of a USB-C port, and what that means is essentially your chargers hopefully can be exactly the same for all of your devices. There's been a lot of talk about this, particularly because it can be a hassle to charge your devices and hold individual chargers for each. The Apple signature lightning port is something that could be done away with. There'll be also a dynamic island feature on standard models. Now this in fact was present more or less in iPhone 14. They've reworked and advanced it in iPhone 15 reportedly. A stainless steel Pro model will also make it lighter. Now, the bigger the model, obviously, the better it is. In this case, it's likely that this will be possible in the Pro and the Pro Max model. We're also being told that the iPhone 15 Pro Max will have a periscope lens. And there's been a lot of talk about this and how it could actually have an impact on your camera, completely transforming it. The last one is that it will be powered by A17 Bionic chipsets, which means that your iPhone could be faster. And besides this, there's a lot of talk about battery life because, hey, we all struggle with that with our iPhones, and it's expected there will be some announcement about that also getting better in iPhone 15s. Rain has played spoilsport yet again in the course of this Asia Cup. The India versus Sri Lanka match has currently been stalled because of rain. It's been delayed, and at a crucial juncture that the rain has interrupted play. India currently is at 197 for 9 in 47 overs. So just before the end of the first innings, you had about 2 overs to go. And just before India perhaps was going to get bowled out, in fact, it is Dunit Velelage who's picked a 5-wicket haul and ensured this kind of a low score for India. Rohit Sharma, the only one who seemed to have performed well, having hit a half-century. Remember that in this particular case, there's no reserve day. So if the match gets further delayed, if the heavy rain continues, we're not going to see a reserve day like what we saw in the India-Pakistan match. I want to quickly hand this across to Nikhil Naz, who's joining us live right now from Colombo. Nikhil, how bad is the weather right now? Heavy downpour that's underway, and doesn't mean we're going to lose some overs?
Well, Akshita, as I speak, the rain has stopped. It did rain for the last 15-20 minutes, after which the game was stopped. But as I speak right now, the rain has stopped here. But don't let that, trick you into believing that we will have game anytime soon, because I don't think the covers are coming off anytime soon. That's primarily because of the sky that I can see at the moment. There are dark clouds that are threatening clouds, and I've spent about the last 2 weeks kind of becoming a weather expert, figuring out from where actually the bad weather comes from, and it is this side. This is where the ocean is as well.
Okay, apologies. We're having a bit of a problem there with Nikhil's line because the weather again seems to be a bit of an issue. But Nikhil telling us right now that the rain has stopped. The covers could come off, but that could take a bit of time. Even in such a case, what are we going to see happening? At this point, it's not looking too good for India. The men in blue at 197 for 9 and 47 overs. So we could maybe just about touch the 200-run mark, but very close to also being completely bowled out right now.